Okay, maybe it's the end of the year, maybe it's my advanced age, but I've been thinking a lot about earlier days and how life was so different back then. First, a quote from Douglas Adams. The secret of healthy hitchhiking is to eat junk food. This is called Escape from Fort Lauderdale a few weeks in the early 70s. Fort Lauderdale was a fiasco, nothing for us there but the cops and the beach. There they were, searching down the line of us, and I slipped out the pipe and flung it back over my shoulder and towards the ocean. Drug busts were murder in Florida, even worse than up north at that time. So a ticket for loitering, cut loose on our OR. We were to come back for the hearing. Decided to hitchhike back north to civilization such as it was. But a cop driving the other way spotted our look. Get the hippies, they're hitchhiking. Loud thought waves, jaw clench, but there came a bus, 25 cents. Feigning sleep at every stop, got us up into Georgia, Brunswick, Georgia. Means we stole the length of Florida. Kicked off the bus to grits and eggs in the station. Surprised redneck, Yankees eating grits? Where you boys going? A ride to Atlanta if we would drive. Trust between strangers, no civil war. Guess it was another country then. Surprise, Georgia's not a hateful police state. The cops acted normal for cops. No random glances lit up hatred, and the town looked great on Peachtree Street. Prosperous and lively, town to get to know. Want ads in the paper thicker than in the Times. We each got a little slave, cause selling opium incense, calling it opium, wasn't making us rich, even though some seemed to think it worked. I sold the underground newspaper on the street, the Great Speckled Bird, it was called. I still had my chops from being a carny, but not too ready for the deep South. I'll buy your paper if you tell me what you think about Vietnam. My news mentor steps in, says, if somebody told me they were a communist, I'd probably kill them, but we should try and end it and bring the boys home. Stop fucking around. A sale, and I got the riff down now. Some hustling at pool, a couple bucks. Found a bar called the Bucket of Blood. I was a bar guy, but the code seemed different. Just a bar, but they didn't hate the same things. How could they? Different country. Nice town, but it never felt like home, even though I was used to living shabby. So heading north again on payday afternoon, I remember those nighttime hitchhiked roads, like a little souvenir stone picked up and pocketed that my partner in crime wouldn't get. Ride from the nowhere man. He talked a lot about his South, saying nothing while complaining. Jeers from local black kids. We're riding, you're walking. Will we have to fight? No. Rides kept coming. Rides mostly with travelers needing talk to stay awake on the road. Got put up by some hippies for a night. They were so sincere. But always the South, suspicion of our accents, disapproval of my consumption of lush. Another country, the CSA. Watch out for the cops. A couple interchanges. You have to admit, you do look pretty odd. The nastiness keeps coming out from behind the fake charm. Anyway, cops. What a relief to get back to my town, to be in my crime town each night, getting the jokes. And maybe a couple haikus. Two small girls laugh past, walking home under dark sky. I hope they are safe. I'll read that again. Two small girls laugh past, walking home under dark sky. I hope they are safe. Lonely winter trees wave at walkers in the park with premature blooms. Read that again. Lonely winter trees wave at walkers in the park with premature blooms. And with that, I'll say thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Wow. Found a bar called the Bucket of Blood. I can just imagine the dive that it might be. But that whole scene where you're talking about, prosperous and lively times and uh, people wandering the street and there's cops and the beach and we get a feeling of like this whole social environment. and it's prosperous and lively. You do that very well. It's funny how the classifieds are bigger than the times. And so in your haiku, wow, two small girls laugh past, walking home under dark sky. I hope they are safe. I love that humanitarian quality, your heart reaching out, and they don't know, but you're kind of watching over them. Uh, Great stuff, my friend. Glad to have you back.
Thank you, David.
Absolutely.